this is Linda and Aaron with Traveling Flamingo. We are on the Wonder of the Seas. We've been here for 7 days. It's currently the largest ship at sea for a little bit longer. And we wanted to share our initial thoughts with you, some of the pros and cons, and get the information and our thoughts out to you guys as soon as possible, because I know there's a lot of you guys traveling soon too.
Yeah, this is the Wonder, as we said, is currently the biggest ship. We've been on a few. Recently on Royal Caribbean, we've been on the Odyssey and the Allure. Allure, when we were on it, was still the original Oasis-style ship. And now we're on this, the newest one. And there's been some changes. So we wanted to talk a bit about what we've seen and sort of what our thoughts are. So we've also heard a bunch of things from people on their experiences on Wonder, so we wanted to go through that and just tell you what we thought and sort of how we would compare the ships.
Yeah, so let's get started with some of the pros.
Sure.
I definitely like all the neighborhood areas, having those different places to go and relax or hang out and how they use them. I've really been impressed with how they've used the boardwalk to host events. They had like a carnival-like thing yesterday. They've had, the Aqua show, of course, is amazing. And they actually showed a movie there. So I feel like that's more of the congregating area versus the Lido pool deck where you maybe would on other ships, because they don't have one big space. It's all the little pools and then the space in the middle that boardwalk is used very well for that.
Yeah, pool-wise, it's still the 4 pools. If you've ever been on one, there's 2 sort of in the front and 2 in the back.
One being the kids' splash pad.
Yeah, one being a kids' splash pad and one being a salt pool. Although we haven't been in all the pools, but previous ones they had chlorinated and then one salt pool. Also, really like the unique entertainment options, like the ice skating in Studio B. Like that's a lot of fun. It's a really great show. So that's fun. They've got a whole bunch of interesting uses of space. And overall, it's, a brand new, clean ship. It's really interesting.
I've been enjoying El Loco Fresh and all the tacos. I don't know if Aaron is tacoed out currently, but I like El Loco Fresh and all the tacos.
I know we're not quite at the con side, but this is something it seems as though the buffet is only open at specific hours, and every time we go, it's not open. And there aren't really that many alternative dining options on board other than the buffet. You've got Park Cafe, you got El Loco Fresh, you've got the Cafe Promenade, and that's really about it. And so if the Windjammer's closed, you're probably eating an El Loco Fresh. Yeah. And it was good though. It's actually really good. I thought it was actually better than the one on Allure. Because here you can sort of customize it yourself. Where on Allure, you had to tell them what you wanted, but here it's more buffet style. So that was actually pretty good. And the food was actually really good on a local food.
I don't even remember it on Allure. I remember it on the Odyssey, I think. So There we go. That's how memorable it was for me.
You're right. It might have been Odyssey, actually.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking Odyssey.
Yeah. And then what else pros? The crew and staff have been amazing. They are really knowledgeable. They're super friendly and helpful. A little funny story, travel fail, and you think we're new, but not once, but twice we forgot our stateroom cards in the room. The first time we weren't too far. I don't even think we're on the elevator yet. And I scurried back to our room steward, Dwight. I'm so sorry. We did it again yesterday. Yeah. We were all the way down at breakfast and Aaron said, I don't have the room cards. So I, came up and had to search around for Dwight to let us back in there. He's always been so nice and friendly about it. But definitely where we had the room cards, we've moved them near the door now, so hopefully we won't do that again. It's
been a bit interesting, right? Because most cruise ships now have the little bands that you wear and so forth, so you never take them off. But here, they've still got the card, the C-Pass card. And it's funny because they don't even use it for the doors. Like they have a fake card, at least in ours, there's a fake card.
For the lights and
the air conditioning. And so you don't even put your card there to pull it out. Like I'm used to that as well, but you don't even need that. So we forget it. And so anyways, we have messed that up several times.
But apparently you can buy the bands for $10.
Yeah, but I didn't see them in the store actually. But the kids have them. I noticed the kids have the Wow Band wristbands.
Because apparently we were childlike and would have needed that too, not to lose our stateroom card. So anyway, those are just some of the initial pros that we have are definitely.
Yeah, they've sort of really done the Oasis class better. There are obviously some cons we'll get into. Another funny story is we did chef's dinner, and we had Linda did this on the Carnival Mardi Gras, and I've never done one, so we thought we would try the chef's table. And we showed up for our dining, and it was literally just the two of us when there's normally something like 20 people.
Well, this one, they max at 8, he was saying.
Right, so 8 people.
They max at 8, yeah.
And so we go and we don't drink, and it's all about the wine as well.
The
so
wine
the whole wine experience. So it's just Linda and I sitting there, and the chef coming out presenting to us. So we kind of had a private chef event.
Yeah.
But
it was really nice.
It was nice. It was good food. It was just quite funny.
I think the other thing that we've used, and differently this time, because we've done a video about it before, is the key.
Yes.
And so this time we're not really able to do some of the extreme activities, but we have been enjoying the getting on early, the having the lunch is a nice way to start the day. You're getting the Chops Grill lunch in the main dining room, and it just helped slow us down, which is nice because that's always a busy day. And then we also have been enjoying the preferred seating in the theater. I've been surprised being that the ship is pretty much full. The theater,
I think this is 600?
6,000.
6,000.
Yeah,
yes.
that they're not full like 30 minutes before. I know going back some videos about Carnival Mardi Gras, Christine and I were there half an hour early to get in line, and we did get in to get a seat, but if you were even 20, 15 minutes early, you weren't getting a seat. So the seating hasn't been too bad, but we have taken advantage of the key seating in the theater as well. And so that's been a nice thing for us, and we'll use it again when we disembark.
We like the key because we get on early to film stuff for everybody. But I would say, at least on this sailing, it's not really worth it. I would say
we haven't used as much of it.
If you want those dedicated times, of course, it's worth it. Probably the best value out of it as well. The seating is good, but we've not needed it. Every time we've showed up, we've been about 15 or 20 minutes early, and we've been able to get a seat anywhere.
Because if you're not 15 minutes early, they open it up.
They open up to everybody.
Anyway, so those were the pros.
Yeah, those are the pros.
Yeah, do you want to start with a couple?
So I'll start with cons that we were told about. One of them was they've changed the doors to the bathrooms where they're magnetic. And so there's no like handle that you turn to open the door. It's just a magnetic lock or a magnetic seal. And that is kind of annoying because it seals fine, but you kind of have to push it really hard to open it up. And then I feel like I'm going to hit somebody on the other side. As well, it's slammed shut all the time. So if you get up in the middle of the night to go to the washroom, you just hear a slam of the magnetic door closing, and you can't really stop it. I even tried to really hold it and try to resist it, but it just bam smacks.
So I'm a light sleeper, so Aaron is very conscious of trying not to wake me up. So I know that I think it bothers him more than it bothers me that the doors are so loud when you shut them. But that's just something. Yeah, they are a bit.
Yeah,
loud.
It's a bit odd. It's a bit loud. It's not a horrible thing. Like, it doesn't make or break an experience. You can also put a bit of clothing in it, like a towel or something, so it doesn't make the noise if you want. It's just more work.
I think something else that we were discussing, and I just think is an odd change, is on the Allure, they had 2 flow riders.
Yes.
And now they've gone down to 1 flow rider and 1 kid area, like a play structure area.
The playscape. It's a new what do they call them?
It's like a playground.
Yeah, but they call them not zones. It's the neighborhood. It's a new neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
It's the playscape neighborhood.
So we've been by there quite a bit, and it's never been busy. I don't know.
It's a great experience for the 2 kids we saw use it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they really enjoyed it.
So the flow rider is always very popular. There's usually a line. There's quite a bit of line as a key. You can get some private times. People take private lessons there. So I don't know if part of the reason they got rid of one of the flow riders is the cost. You're manning out the water, all that. So I'm not quite sure, because I feel that what they've put in there isn't actually being optimized. So it'll be interesting to see what they choose to do in the future.
One thing they have done with it is they've added and maybe they've done it on other ships, so let us know, but they added an inflatable divider, so you can actually have 2 people on the flow rider at once with this inflatable divider.
I have seen that, yeah.
Yeah, and so I guess it does add capacity, but you can't really move anywhere now. It's half the size, so you can't go edge to edge, which we've seen some people do and so forth. So
yeah.
Another one that we heard was the doors not closing behind you. I watched a video about the Wonder before we went on it, and one of the comments people had was the door, because of the way the doors are, they don't close. And Linda is somebody, and now I have become somebody who double checks that our door is locked every time we leave. And we've not noticed it not locked. So we didn't seem to have a problem with that. The doors seem to close. So it works like any other door.
A con we have had is definitely the wait for elevators. Aaron is still recovering, and he's got this hernia we're hoping to have a surgery for soon. So, doing 10 flights of stairs to try and avoid the elevator is not an option for Aaron right now. There have been quite a few times where I've said, I'll leave you, I'll meet you up there, and I go walk up or walk down because it's a very long wait and the elevators are coming very full. And I feel for anybody who have accessibility and are wheelchairs or walkers or people with strollers, because I don't know how they're getting on the elevators. And the other thing is there's such a wait. People are jamming in. There was one time, I don't remember how many people were jammed in, a lot. And then this one dude's getting mad at this other dude because he's bumped into him. And it's like, just temperatures were getting too heated there over getting on an elevator. So I know it's always hard when you've got ships of this size and the elevators. I have noticed a lot of people just choosing to take the stairs. I know that I have been maybe when I can, but that's definitely something. And I noticed with our bank, there's one elevator that's always wrong, and I don't know what's happening.
On the aft, in the back, in the aft, they've got an elevator that goes up to the suite lounge area, and so it's a separate up button. So what tends to happen is people press one, but they don't press the other, and it's only for this specific bank at the rear.
And actually, they also press both, so then there's oftentimes you're stopping on floors and there's nobody there because they've pressed for the left side and the right side. Not a huge deal, but it would be if you are somebody with accessibility and you're having to.
And we've seen it a few times, people in scooters and stuff that couldn't get on. And, I would say if you have accessibility needs, it's going to be difficult with the elevators, unfortunately. But
and
you can get on.
We've actually found, I think because the stairs are not always an option for you on that many flights, that we have been, instead of, let's pop off at Central Park and walk through there. Let's just head down to the Promenade. No, like I'm not just popping around anywhere because, it's just not that convenient this time around. So
on multiple occasions, we've had to go down to go up.
Yes, and we see many people going down to go up or going up to go down at those times. So
that said, one of the elevators did have a pianist in it yesterday.
And a pianist, yes, that was very cool. They've been very creative. So what are some of the other cons we felt?
I think just generally on the Oasis class, at least for me, since I don't drink, but I like soda, finding a soda machine is always fun. And the ones on the Lido deck right now or on the pool deck are in Windjammer. So you have to go through, you have to washy, and then you have to go get your pop and then get out again.
Windjammer is open.
There is a bit of a secret though, sort of, I guess. You can go from the Playscape area in, and the pop machines are right there. So that could be easier if you're at the back, but it doesn't really help that much. So the location of it was on the Odyssey of the Quantum Plus class. And at least it was right there at El Loco Fresh. So you just could fill up there, but it's a bit hard to find on this one.
I think my last final note, at least, because we'll have more videos coming about the Wonder soon, is that I think for me, I do prefer the Quantum class. I feel these ships are massive. It's beautiful. There's a lot to do and explore, but you can easily forget that you're on a ship, especially in Central Park and the Promenade. I do like on the Quantum class and slightly smaller ships that you can have windows in the dining rooms. You can have windows in the Promenade. And I do like that feeling. So for me, I think it's just a little too big that I lose that cruising feel. So that would be my last. And I'm sorry if I keep messing up the audio. I realize I'm a hand talker and I keep touching my microphone.
I'll have to deal with that later.
Yeah.
No, but I think too, I agree. Like I like the Quantum class. I know some people love the Oasis class and that's cool. Like they're slightly different. I think the Oasis class has all the options really, but it sacrifices in its size. Like you look even the portfolio of the ship, it's basically just a hull with a bunch of balconies on the end. It almost looks like a container ship of balconies, which is fine. And they've got the Aqua Theater, which is great. They've got the skating, which is great. They've got the flow riders, of course, so does the Quantum class, but they do have just about everything. I think the Quantum class though has just about everything in a slightly smaller package. Plus that North Star is quite fun. I know we were thinking of an Alaska cruise with it, and that would be neat to go on the North Star as you're going through the glaciers and stuff. But I think the Quantum class currently is the one that we prefer. We know the Icon of the Seas is coming out, and Utopia, which is going to be doing shorter cruises. So it's going to be interesting to see if they change anything. We'll be trying
them, but I do prefer the smaller ships.
I like the Quantum class. So overall, I think we really enjoyed the cruise on here. The cabin's really nice. Quite a bit of storage compared to some of the other cabins that are out there. And again, the elevators are, as always, as much fun as they were on the other Oasis class ships. And we've really enjoyed our time. It's been a great cruise.
So let us know. This is sort of a different format for us. talking to you guys and telling you our opinions without putting the video photos overlay. So let us know in the comments below what you think. Make sure you check out our channel. We've got tons of videos about cruise ports and cruising, and we're going to have a lot more about the wonder of the seas coming out very, very soon. So thank you so much for your support and watching us. We really appreciate you taking your time. Remember, memories are forever, so make them fabulous. Thanks again for watching, and happy travels.